Hi, my name is Jack Krantz. I'm a candidate for City Council representing Ward 1 in Brantford. I would like to invite you to spend a few minutes of your time with me. I do have some mobility issues which will make it difficult for me to walk the ward, so I have decided to prepare this paperless flyer for your consideration. Besides, I've always found it's easier to judge someone's sincerity from the spoken word. One of the biggest challenges that Council faces every year is the annual budget. In addition, during their term, they must look at a variety of financial contracts. For this reason, I think it would be advantageous to have at least one accountant at the table. I think that my 35 years of practical experience would be a good addition to the other skill sets around the table. Ward 1. It covers such a vast geographic portion of Brantford, and yet it's diverse in its nature. From one end you've got New West Brant growing in leaps and bounds, just crying out for new recreational facilities. These are coming, they're promised in the Recreation Master Plan. In addition, we recently had the announcement by the Brantford City Soccer Club and the Brantford District Football Club of a partnership being formed to develop a $12 million sports complex along Shellard's Lane. Continue to watch for it in the future. Be prepared to do what you can to help see that this comes to fruition. At the other end of the ward, you've got Hardy Road. And there's a desire here for development, but there's also a problem with compliance to the Waterfront Master Plan. Wedged in between, you've got the area of Old West Brant, Homedale, Westdale, and North Ward, always struggling with decaying infrastructure, roads, sewers, and sidewalks that constantly need repair. What's the central theme here? More dollars and cents. But the last thing we want to do is increase taxes. What's to be done? Ask anybody on the street what they think Brantford needs, and they're likely to say jobs, jobs, and more jobs. And they're right, because new jobs come from new development in the commercial and industrial area. This is the revenue stream we need to look at to do these new things. Now, we're in a unique situation in Brantford because we have an excellent education system right up to and including post-secondary. We have a large network of parks, we have theaters, sports teams, golf courses, and the list goes on. Everything a person could desire in the city that they live in. Add to this easy access to the 400 series of highways, and this really puts us on radar for new development. But the other issue here, of course, is the cost to locate in Brantford, this being development fees and property taxes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting we cut these in a drastic measure, but we need to come to a balance so that we have the revenue stream that we need and we are still attractive to new industry. Let's just step back from Ward 1 and think about Brantford in general. There are two major issues that I think Council needs to address as soon as they get back to the table: the development of downtown and relationships with our municipal neighbors, Six Nations and Brant County. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting we jump in with both feet and get the downtown developed immediately. I think that we need to step back and look at it with fresh eyes. Ask the people of Brantford what they would like to see. But I am excited to see that people have started to stop mourning the buildings. They're gone. If you haven't done so, I would invite you to take the opportunity to walk into Harmony Square from Dalhousie Street. Just take a look at the view. Colburn Street is bright, it's alive. My hope is that we can incorporate some of this open space into the new buildings. I hope that we can get developers interested in seeing that the Brantford is developed in such a way that it looks like we're marching into the 21st century strong and alive. We're no longer stuck in the 40s. Relationships with neighbors can be tenuous at the best of times, but you add the history that we have with our municipal neighbors, and it could become a challenge to the nth degree. I think for the first year, we need to start with open and frank communication. Try to set a network up that allows us to sit at the table together and talk things over. There needs to be some give and take on both sides, so that we can look to the future for development of these relationships and development of our city and Brant County and the Six Nations. I'm hoping that we can get this done. Well, again, I'd like to thank you for spending some time with me. I'm sure there are issues that I haven't talked about that may be of interest to you. If there are, I would invite you. Email me at jack@jackkrantz.ca, and I will try to just let you know what I think about them. In addition, if I have piqued your interest and you think I would be a good addition to the City Council, I would invite you to consider putting a lawn sign on your property. And if you would like one, please email me once again, and I will see that it gets done. Again, I really thank you for spending a few minutes of your time with me.